welcome to another episode of Kitchen ABCs. I'm Chef Cheryl. Kitchen ABCs is supported by Runza, and so today we have Runza Rex here. Hi Runza Rex, how are you doing today? Do you like pancakes? I bet everybody watching loves pancakes just as well, so we're going to make pancakes today. How about pumpkin? We're gonna make pumpkin pancakes. So let's get started. You can cook along with me or just watch and make some later. These would be really great for Thanksgiving morning. So the first thing we need is flour. Now when you measure flour, we have a 1 cup measuring cup here, and you fill it over the edge, and then you use a knife to flatten it out. Put it in our bowl. So we need 2 cups of flour. The next thing we need is sugar. So we're going to use, we need 1 cup of sugar. Fill it up and push the extras off and put that in here. Now the next thing we're going to need is a tablespoon of baking powder. So for baking powder, put your tablespoon in there, and we have a little ledge here that will help push off our baking powder. That will make our pancakes nice and fluffy. Then we need a teaspoon of salt. That. Okay. Then we want to make them taste like pumpkin, so we're going to use pumpkin pie spice. So we're going to add 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. If you like that spice, you can even add a little more. If you don't have pumpkin pie spice at your house, you can use cinnamon, and if you have a little nutmeg, you can add that too. Okay, now we have our dry ingredients, and we're gonna mix them up with my whisk. If you don't have a whisk, you can use a fork or a spoon to get them all mixed up. A couple of lumps of sugar in here. Break those apart a little bit, and we're ready to go. So we have our dry ingredients in this bowl. Time for our wet ingredients. So the first thing we're gonna add is 2 cups of milk. Add that to our second bowl. Then we need 2 eggs. Eggs are really fun to crack. Have you ever cracked an egg before? So what you'll do, just tap it, and then take your thumbs and open it up just like that. Then we'll do our second one. Make sure there's no, and we need a tablespoon of vanilla. Give it extra flavor. We need to use with this is pumpkin, because of course we're making pumpkin pancakes today. So I have a cup of pumpkin. Put that in. Now if your family doesn't like pumpkin, if there's somebody who doesn't like pumpkin, you could make apple pancakes. Use the same amount of applesauce. So just use a cup of applesauce instead. And you can use the same spices. It tastes delicious. So again, we are going to use our whisk very carefully. Get it all mixed up. Try not to squirt it all over you. Ew. Okay, so you want to get it all blended in really well with your whisk or your fork. Now we're going to pour our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. Just like that. Then we get to mix it up. Now you do not want to mix it up very much. So what we're going to use is kind of a folding method where you're going to take your spatula and go all the way to the bottom and then fold it over like that. Can you try that at home? Just use your hand and go like this. Down, up, and fold. Just like that. Okay. These are starting to look delicious. What do you think? Runza Rex, doesn't it smell wonderful in here? Okay, here we go. Almost done. So you don't want to see too much flour still in it, but looks good just like this. Okay. Now I have a griddle heated up. If you don't have a griddle, you can use the stove and a skillet. So I'm going to add a little bit of vegetable oil to it. It's been heating up a while. You want to make sure your griddle is pretty warm. And spread out the oil. So you want to have a grown-up around when you're doing this. Maybe the grown-up can do that for you. Okay, Runza Rex, it's time to cook these. Are you excited? Okay, we're going to do some observing. So what we're going to do is put these on our grill. And I have a little quarter cup measuring cup here that makes about the right size. We're going to put those on my nice hot griddle with my little bit of vegetable oil. Looks so good. Okay. Now I'll start with 6. Okay, can you make some observations here, Runza Rex? Do you see that? Okay. So you can make observations. So you could be a scientist while you're cooking. So it's kind of runny. You might see some bubbles. Let us know what you think about what it looks like before it's cooked. Now we are going to wait until you see bubbles forming in the middle of your pancake. Then it'll be time to turn. Okay. So they're starting to get a little more solid around the edges here. And then we'll turn them in just a minute or so and see what it looks like on the other side. What kind of pancakes do you like? Some people put chocolate chips in their pancakes or some kind of fruit. Okay. Have bubbles around the edges here. There's some more in the middle over here. Let's turn one and see what happens. Ready to see what happens, Rex? Cool. Look at that. Nice and browned on that side. Now, do they look the same as they did when they were in the bowl? No, they've changed. Okay. Look at that. Mmm, they smell delicious. Oh, there's a tiny little pancake here. So we'll let them get a little more done on that side and they'll be ready. What do you like on your pancakes? Do you like syrup? Do you like butter? Well, I have some syrup that's right here. We can use that. And we have a plate ready to plate them up. Okay, well, they're pretty browned on that side now. Okay, how hungry are you, Rex? Very hungry. Okay. Will 6 pancakes be enough for you? Cool. Okay, Rex, what do you think? So delicious. Okay. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.